Hey guys, so sitting with me today is my buddy Richard Bishop. He's a tattoo artist. He owns Rising Sun. So, Richard, how about you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, well, what would you like to know? I can tell you anything. I actually opened this business. I named it Rising Sun strictly because the teachers in Brownstown, when I was in art class and everything, something I always wanted to do, they told me tattooing was not a career and I
Oh,
was never going to make it. I needed to pick something else. So when I was 16, I opened a business up in business class, Rising Sun Tattoo. So now all the teachers got to go past every day and see the business they told me would fail.
that's pretty funny. So then, what made you want to open it like just for that, just so that they would know that, like,
No, so I told mom and dad when I was 8 years old I wanted a tattoo. We
right,
grew up in a biker family, so we were always
right,
around a bunch of bikers, tattoos, and everything. So it was something I always wanted to do.
right.
And let me tell you, living your childhood dream isn't the greatest. You have nowhere to go but down now.
Well, I don't say. I think a lot of people would like love that. It's cool that you're living your dream though, like your
Yeah,
childhood dream.
yeah, I can't wait to retire now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I probably started tattooing in 2010 when I was in Afghanistan. So
Right. What were you serving in?
I was in the Army. I spent 6 years. That was 2010, so I was 20. 20. Some guy out there had tattoo equipment. He was tattooing, and he was garbage. So I thought, man, if he can do it, I can do it.
Right. So
So I,
then
I started messing people up myself.
so then you came here and then where did you start?
I actually started. It used to be Small Town Tattoo Junior up
Right.
there. I started there in 2014. I was with him for maybe a year, then took 2 years off, and then
Right.
Jamie got a hold of me and wanted me to come work for him, and
Right.
you know, we went from there.
Right.
I came in, tattooed there 2 days a week, very part time, and then I'd say 2019, after about a year of being there, I decided to go full time again.
Right. You were a pizza guy,
Yes,
right?
yes. My parents used to own Snappy Tomato Pizza down the street,
That's why.
so I was delivering pizza at that time.
Right. Because like I remember you saying like I'm a pizza guy, and other than this, I was like that's crazy. That's
I love
crazy.
delivering pizza. It was great.
My friend Derek Hill, he says that he will never get out of pizza.
No, no pizza. So mom and dad got out of the pizza business because dad's going blind, so he really couldn't work anymore.
Right.
So they sold the place. But pizza, when we researched it, is the only restaurant business that has continuously gone up in profits.
Really.
It's never gone down. For some reason, everybody wants pizza.
I love pizza.
Yeah, yeah, pizza's always good.
I've got a tattoo of pizza.
Me too.
Where's yours?
How is it this way? Yeah.
Mine's like in mine's on the right leg too.
So we did them all because Matt used to have one.
Yeah.
I don't know if he still has it. Me, Matt, Jamie, and Donovan all got one because we don't trash talk people online. But Junior was online one day, just absolutely shit talking me hard.
Right.
So instead of firing back at him, we let everybody else do the talking. And
Yeah.
before we left the shop that night, we all tattooed pizzas on us because he was calling me a pizza fuck and things like that
Right.
because I tattooed and delivered pizza. So we all got matching tattoos.
That's fine. That's funny though that he was like, "You guys pizza fucks," and you're like, "Oh,
Yeah, well, I don't care.
yeah,
Get free pizza.
yeah."
What's better than tattooing and getting free pizza?
Dude, if I could get free pizza for my tattoo, I wouldn't fit through doors.
Well, I haven't eaten Snappy since mom and dad sold the place.
Right.
Mom worked there for almost 20 years. And I
Agreed.
thought, I haven't paid for pizza from this place in 20 years. I'm not
Right.
going to start now.
No.
I'll go elsewhere and pay for pizza.
Right. Oh man. So who all works for you here? I know you said
Uh,
Jamie does.
no, Jamie left 2 years ago, I think it was, and opened up Dead Crow there in Seymour.
Right.
I have Jasmine Nix online if you follow her at all, and then I have Billy Young here. who
Billy.
used to own Forever Young Studios there in Seymour.
Right.
And then,
Billy guest spotted with us later, didn't
yes,
he?
yeah. Yeah, he was working down in Florida and he would come up and guest spot at different places. And then, he came here and kind of looked at me and was like, man, I love this guy. I'm going to move back. So now he's here.
Well, sometimes that's what it takes. Oh yeah. So then you've been doing it for, you said you started in
2010.
2010, so you've been doing
Yeah.
it for a long time.
Yeah.
So what do you,
Yeah, roughly 15 years almost.
right, so what do you like the most about it?
The freedom to do as I please.
Right,
I'm not a people person.
right,
So I only have to deal with one person at a time tattooing. So I come in, deal with that one person, move on.
yeah,
I usually average 2 to 3 pieces a day, so a lot of my clients are people that have been coming to me for years. I
right,
do not tattoo a whole lot of new people, so to say.
right. So I like the whole thing of being like self-employed because you can control your destiny.
It's nice, but like right now, I'm taking 10 days off. That's 10 days where I have no income.
Yeah,
I'm just spending money.
yeah,
Nothing's coming in and it's all going out.
right. That is a bummer about it.
Yeah, so outside of that, not bad. If I made enough money, maybe I could set up, paid vacation for myself, but
Right. When's the last time you took a vacation? Aside from this one.
I take the same time off every year. I take a week off in August. I take 10 days off at the end of December, usually the 23rd to like the 5th or 6th of
Yeah.
January, but I don't go anywhere.
Well,
I stay home.
yeah, that's what my dad
I,
does.
I pay a mortgage. I want to enjoy my house.
Yeah, I get
I
that.
don't I don't need to pay somebody to go elsewhere.
I get that. Yeah. So then, so you were in the army for, you said, 6 years?
6 glorious years.
Did you like it?
I did. I like the people.
Right.
The whole working for the government, being a property of the U.S. government, that's not fun.
No.
Nothing's really fun. It's the people that makes it fun. You're going through the same garbage with everybody else, so everybody understands it, and everybody's just sad and depressed and angry all the time.
Yeah.
So everybody fits in nicely.
Yeah. Yeah. So you were in Afghanistan, you said, and
Yes,
then
Afghanistan from 2010 to 2011.
it's hot there, wasn't it?
It was hot, except for the winter time. We actually got snow one time.
Really?
But then again, in the winter time, it would be 10 degrees in the morning time and 120 degrees by noon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Agreed.
So you never knew how to dress. But I I was stationed in Georgia, and Georgia was extremely similar to that. You would wake up, go to work at 5:30, 6 a.m., and it would be 15, 20 degrees outside, be freezing.
Yeah.
You'd be wanting to put on layers, and then by noon, 85 degrees and humid.
Yeah, that's terrible. That sounds
But
terrible.
I love Georgia. It took me probably a solid year to get used to their weather.
Right?
Probably only took me about 2 to 3 weeks to get used to Afghanistan's weather.
It's wild, but
Yeah, well, it's hot more often than not,
right.
and you're not really out at 3, 4 in the morning when
Yeah.
it's that cold. So
Yeah. That does make sense.
it's not bad, and as everybody says, it's dry heat.
Yeah.
130 degrees outside. If I get in some shade, it probably drops another 20, 30 degrees just being in the shade. So
Yeah, that's what sucks about Indiana.
yeah, yeah, Indiana's just a terrible place. I mean, it's not bad. I chose to move back here for a reason. It's a people that hate Indiana clearly have never lived anywhere else.
Right.
I was stationed in Georgia for 4 years on the Georgia Alabama line, and then I was stationed in Tennessee, Kentucky on that line for another 2 years. So I've lived in a few different states, and Indiana is not a bad one to be in.
Right. I know a whole bunch of people that have left, and then the entire time they're like, "Man, this state sucks."
Man, for some reason, everybody wants to move to Florida.
Yeah, they moved to Florida or
Every,
Arizona.
that's the thing is, I try to tell people that. People come in here all the time, like, yeah, I'm going to move to Florida. I'm like, it's a vacation spot. It's
Yeah.
nice when you're on vacation. You don't have to deal with anything. It's a whole other thing when you got to live there and deal with all the vacationers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
They were,
terrible.
Bert Kreischer?
Yes.
They were like, he's a rare subject because he actually like was born in Florida. They were like, there's hardly anyone ever born there. They just die there.
Yeah, they retire.
Yeah, they retire in
Florida's a
Florida.
retirement state. You go there when
Yeah.
you're like 85, 90 and just
Yeah.
do nothing. You can tell because of the way they drive there. We went on a vacation there a few years ago. We probably went about 10 miles down the road. Took us like an hour and a half to get there. It was ridiculous.
Good grief. They drive
So,
golf carts everywhere too.
yeah. So, vacation is nice in theory. I just don't like the people of it.
Right.
And when you're going on vacation, you're going on vacation to a place where everybody else was going on
Yeah.
vacation to. So now you've got to deal with more people than what's actually there.
Yeah. I do get. Yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with all that shit. Damn.
Yeah, I'm a very simple, lonely person, so to say. The less people I have around, the better.
Right. That's fair. Yeah. So the last vacation I went on, we went to like, I think it was Myrtle Beach, and there was about 13 of us that went.
So that's too many people to begin with.
And it's like it was a fun trip. Don't get me wrong, it was a fun trip. They're probably gonna watch this and be like, that motherfucker. And so
Trash talking us on our vacation.
yeah, it was like it was cool. It was a cool trip, but like they attached this tote to the roof of the van, and we were driving down the interstate, so the bolt like ended up going through the tote after a while. And
See, when you said attached, I imagine someone just duct tape, a tote you get from the dollar store or something to the roof.
it was so they end up doing that though, and about 3 a.m. because you always leave for Florida.
Yeah, you always leave at some stupid time.
Yeah, and so then all their golfing stuff, because they thought they were Tiger Woods, went all over the interstate.
Oh, that's probably the best place for it.
Well, no, they went and looked for it. Like, it was all over the interstate, and it was like Frogger at 3 a.m.
I golf every Sunday during golf season, and if my clubs ever fell off the roof of my car and landed on the interstate, I'd take it as a sign. We're moving on. I'm clearly not good enough.
Yeah, so they had all their stuff go all over the interstate for about, it was opened up for, you can't stop immediately on the interstate.
No.
So so they end up walking down for about a mile, just picking up stuff. There's golf balls all over the road.
You can find more balls.
Yeah, so the clubs, they were like, the ass blew out of the bag, and so all the clubs went all over the interstate. They're like, oh, we got to go get those. That's a $300 club, and they go back to it.
All you gotta find is the 7-iron, the pitching wedge, and the driver. You can do everything with that.
They ended up, they're like, it's all gone. It's all gone.
So vacation was ruined before you even made it.
I don't golf.
Oh, so it didn't affect your life at all.
No.
You were like, thank God, now we ain't got to golf.
Yeah, so then I went to Goodwill, and then they were talking shit about all the clubs in Goodwill. And they're like, I've got a $300 iron. I'm like,
no, he doesn't. Yeah, I was say he doesn't have a $300.
You had one.
The clubs in Goodwill are better than what you have.
That's right, because it's broken half. And he was like, why would you say that?
I've probably had a lot more clubs in my bag, but I've thrown quite a few into the woods, into ponds.
Is that anger, or what's going on?
Yeah, we have a rule when we go golfing, left-handed anger. If you're going to throw the club, you got to throw it left-handed, but sometimes, it don't work that way. Sometimes you just got to go in with both hands and just...
Right.
We go to the woods every so often. We play this place in, not Trafalgar. It's somewhere over in that. Might be in the Greensburg area. But we play this place, and I threw a club into the woods, and every time we go to that hole, one of us walks into the woods to see if we can find it. Haven't found it yet. It was like
probably gone.
It was like 2 years ago that happened. So
someone probably stole it.
Oh yeah, it's not a club that I needed though.
Well, if you threw it, it's definitely.
No, I make sure I don't throw clubs into the woods and the water that I may need.
Oh shit.
If I'm throwing a club, it's a club that I don't use very often. So if it is a club I do use, and I'll throw it that way. I'll throw it
Right.
where I can find it.
Yeah, so like Slater and I think it's Andrew and Travis, they go golfing all the time during the summer.
Yeah, a lot of people are kind of weirded out by tattooers golfing for some reason.
Why?
I apparently it's not a cool thing to do. But like when Billy came here, he was like, "Oh, I'll get invited to a golf scramble." I was like, "Man, I golf every Sunday." He was
Right?
like, "Why? Why not?
Yeah.
Nobody's good at it. Even Tiger Woods, they're not good at golf. They're just lucky at golf.
Right.
So nobody's ever good."
Yeah, so it was like Slater. I told Slater I was great at golf, and he's like, "No, you're not. You suck at golf." I'm like, "You've never seen me play golf." And he goes, "I know you suck, because I suck, and I'm great at it." And I was like, "I'll beat you at mini golf." He goes,
That's
"That's not the
that's a
same."
whole different story. Putt putt is that's the worst portion of my game is putting. So
Right. So he was like, "No, no, you're not." And I was like, "I'm the Tiger Woods of putt putt." And I get like, I do what you do. I get pissed and everything, and like I'll like bounce the ball, be like, "This thing is ass."
see, I'm the guy that shows up to the putt putt with my own putter.
You're like the guy at bowling that shows up with his own ball.
Yeah. I got my own shoes and everything.
Oh, do you really?
No.
Oh.
I mean, I got my own golf shoes, but bowling, no.
I was like,
I haven't gone bowling in forever. I probably hurt myself doing that.
oh man. Yeah, we went bowling with my cousins, and my cousin showed up with his own ball, and it was like neon and like lit up as it rolled.
Don't you hate people like that?
It's like, do you go bowling a lot? He goes, every Tuesday.
So I'm from Massachusetts originally, and out there they have candlestick bowling.
Right.
The pins are just straight sticks basically, and
Right.
the balls are softball size. And Dad used to have them, and I never knew
Yeah.
what they were. And then when I was like 13, 14, he was finally like, "Those are my bowling. Those are my bowling balls."
Yeah.
I was like, "They're just fucking big. What do you mean these are your bowling balls? What are you hitting with this?" And then I was introduced to candlestick bowling.
Good grief.
So apparently it's big over on the East Coast.
I've never heard of that. Did you play pickleball?
No, I donated to pickleball when they were building the court here in Brownstown.
I wish you wouldn't have.
But well, now it's a big thing.
I hate it.
All I did was just join in. I basically gave money for people to be hipsters.
God, I hate pickleball.
See, I've never played.
It's like a game it's tennis for people that are too lazy for tennis but too active for ping pong.
So mom went and played one time, and she come back and told me, "Oh, you gotta play. I think you'll really enjoy it." And I went and watched him when the court opened here one time,
Yeah.
and I thought, that's too much activity for me.
Right.
It's far too much activity. As a matter of fact, getting out of my car and walking up here, the 50 feet I had to walk, is too much activity.
Right. How old are the people that play it here?
I saw a very, weird bunch of people. I saw people that were like 16, 17 years old. I saw people probably 60 years old.
Yeah.
But it had just opened, so, it was still fresh and cool. I'm sure if we traveled over there right now, there's probably nobody there because it's cold outside.
Right.
But, yeah. I don't know how active it actually is.
In Columbus, so my work, pickleball players show up during the winter because it's cold outside. But so I was talking to one guy about it. He's like, "Man, I'm brand new to this. I'm really excited they accepted me." And I'm like, "They accepted you?" What? And he goes, "Yeah, man, I got added to the group chat." I'm like, "The group chat?" And he goes, "Yeah, man, there's about 600 of us, and they ranked us in different leagues because
it's a cult."
Essentially, and they're like, the good players don't want to play with the bad players, but the good players finally said they were watching me, and I'm finally good enough to get bumped up to decent enough." I was like, that sounds nuts.
When I heard of pickleball, I thought I had played pickleball. When I was in the Army, me and two buddies, we used to basically just get drunk and go and play in these courts in the gym. It's where you hit the ball against the wall.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was called, but we bought sweaters cut the sleeves off them,
Yeah.
so we had sweater vests, and we thought we were hot shit. So when they were like pickleball and they were explaining, I was like, "Now you play it all the time." And then I saw the court, and I was like, "Wrong sport, way wrong sport."
This is not the way I played it.
Yeah, this is not how it's done at all.
That sounds terrible. Yeah, the people that play it, it's like the age range is like 18 to 80,
Well,
and there's no one in between.
It's Legos,
Yeah.
Ages 3 to 99.
Yeah.
Anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Although I've never heard of professional pickleball though. Like
I
I'm
have-
not seeing it pop up on TV. We got curling. You got ping pong in the Olympics. You got all this, but pickleball,
They were talking
not
about
yet.
adding something to the Olympics. It may have been pickleball.
It probably could be. But then again, pickleball. I look at pickleball the same as disc golf. Disc golf years ago really took off. A lot of people started playing it for some reason.
I hated that.
I've never played it.
It's
I've been
terrible.
invited. It's time to wake up. Yeah, I've never played pickleball. I've never played disc golf. I work on a kid that is really big into disc golf, and one time he brought his bag in and showed me, and I was like, "It's a lot of frisbees, man.
Yeah.
They're not frisbees. Don't call them frisbees because they're not frisbees."
Is that what he said?
Yeah, yeah. I've been working on this kid for years.
Was he serious?
No, he wasn't upset at all.
Oh, okay, I was like,
He was just making sure I knew the lingo, So they're not frisbees, And apparently they got disc for, different things that they're doing too. So
Yeah.
I wonder if pickleball's the same way. Like I've got a mean slice, I got to get this paddle.
I hate that crap. Yeah, they just throw it out in the middle of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how pickleball is played. I don't know what the rackets look like. I don't know what the balls look like.
They're essentially like big, like ping pong paddles.
Are they actually flat like a ping pong?
Yeah.
So it's not like a netted thing,
No,
like
it's
a tennis racket.
Yeah, it's like a ping pong paddle.
No, can't do it.
Yeah,
I'm already out.
it's like a ping pong paddle and everything. The ball is like a tennis ball, though. Not a tennis ball. It's like a wicker ball.
I just go back to I played ping pong a few times in my life, and I one time got beat by a guy with one eye. And
Right.
after that, I was like, all right, ping pong's definitely not my sport. So pickleball is not going to be my sport either.
It's like a wiffle ball. It's not a wicker ball. It's a wiffle ball.
Oh.
So it's like a whole bunch of the best part of different sports, like all just thrown together.
Somebody was on drugs making stuff
They
up
were.
in the street, and they were like, "Man, we can do this."
Yeah, and then it's named after a dog.
What's his name? Pickle?
Yeah.
All right, well, it's good that they didn't name him Ball or anything. That would have got confusing.
Yeah, so it was some guy named him like Pickle, and then they were like, there we go.
That's a bit of really random information to find out. My entire life has changed today.
You can go over there and tell them about it.
Yeah.
Like, do you know who started this?
I'm going to find a picture of Pickle, and I'm going to go put it up on the fence.
You should be thanking this dog.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if they know that. Next time I see the lady, she jogs by here all the time when it's warm outside. Next time I see her, I'm going to be like, hey, you know where the name came from?
Just say that. Don't
If she
have
can-
anything else.
yeah.
Be like, what?
Just put my cigarette out and walk inside. Leave
That would be
them
funny.
guessing,
That would
So,
be so funny. Like, guy's weird. He asked me, do you know where the name came from? They walked away. Oh, shit.
I used to like doing that to people. I used to give them just random bits of information, just leave.
Right.
Just leave,
Like, I remember whenever I first met you, Matt was like, I said, what's the worst tattoo I've ever seen in my entire life? And then he goes, 1 minute.
Oh, you talking about my side?
Yeah, he goes, 1 minute. Richard! And then you say, and you like, what? And he goes, show him the worst tattoo ever. Like, all right. And like,
We went to Hell City Tattoo Convention back in 2018, and I entered that into the worst tattoo competition,
Yeah.
and I lost.
Who won? Wait,
A lady that had a word misspelled on her tattoo.
Really?
I was definitely the crowd favorite, you know. As soon as the crowd saw it, they cheered. I was like, man, I got this in the bag. I'm going home with an award, and I can call myself an award-winning tattoo artist. Lost.
To what was the word?
I have no idea. She had like a phrase on her arm or something, and there was like one word that was misspelled. And I was like, man, how does a misspelling take over a naked nun? So I use it all the time though. When people come in here and they're like, I got this really bad tattoo, I'm like, no, you think you have a really bad tattoo.
That's right.
I'll show you a really bad tattoo though.
You're like, this is it, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's not that bad.
You know, a lot of people ask me, "Are you gonna get that covered up?" No, I'm not gonna get it covered up. I refuse
Right,
to cover up any tattoos I have.
right.
At one point in time, that's what I wanted. There's good stories behind them all. Why cover them? Even the naked nun.
Why'd you get
You
it?
know, I got it in Afghanistan. Some
Right.
guy, he was from Tennessee. He said, "Oh, I'm a tattoo artist. I work at a shop in Nashville." And I was like, "All right, you know." I, I let him tattoo me, and we made it probably about halfway through the outline when I looked at it and was like, we're going to be done after this outline. There's no way I'm going to let this guy shade on me. No, nothing. I really didn't know anything about tats. I had maybe my sleeve, you know.
Yeah.
That's it. So I knew enough about tattoos at that time to go, this isn't it.
Yeah.
We should not be doing this. But then again, you know, I turned around and did the same thing to everybody else. So
Yeah.
nobody's great when they start tattooing. Nobody's good.
Right.
Nobody's halfway decent when they start tattooing. If there's tattooers out there going, yeah, I've been great since the get go. No, you haven't.
Right.
Yeah, I bet if we look back, your stuff was garbage.
Right. So you did you know what you were getting? Whenever
Yeah,
you,
yeah. So that's the thing is, I got the naked nun on the front,
yeah.
and I was gonna get the naked devil girl on the backside.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm glad that we didn't follow through with that. And the only reason I did that was because the girl I was dating, and tell you the kind of mindset that I was in back then, the girl I was dating at the time when I was in Afghanistan, she had mentioned, "Oh, you look super sexy with a side tattoo." And
Yeah.
I was in shape, man. I was like a bodybuilder in Afghanistan. So in my mind, I went naked nun. That's gonna be sexy on my side.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, she was not happy about it.
She looked at that. She's like, "That's not what I meant."
Yeah, apparently, you know, you got to be more specific.
Yeah.
I was drinking a lot back then,
Yeah.
so you got to be a
It's
little
an
bit
honest
more.
mistake.
Yeah. So, wasn't the first bad tattoo I got. Definitely won't be the last bad tattoo I get. So,
No.
I feel like as tattoo artists, we can get away with having bad tattoos.
Yeah. So I think Slater. He's all like bean dip tattooed around his nipple. I said, "Why'd you get that?" And he goes, "I got a raise." I was like, "Well, whatever."
We had a guy come in here and get a cowboy hat over one nipple and a sombrero over the other nipple.
Really?
No reason. But that same guy has the ever so classic Brad Pitt tattoo. It just says Brad in his pit.
Yeah.
So that's how we know him. Oh, Brad Pitt's coming in today.
Oh God, that's funny.
You gotta start. You gotta be known for something, right?
Yeah, I'm known at Papa John's.
That's a good place to be known.
I changed my name on the app to Stump Chuggins because I thought it'd be funny. My buddy at work told me, he said, if you ever, he said he heard it on something. He's like, I know someone that would be called Stump Chuggins. Definitely be Reid. So then I changed my name on the app to and now every time I go into Papa John's, the guys get excited. And I go to like two different Papa John's, and now I'm being,
You got the same name of both of them, yeah?
yeah, but I'm being but so I get recognized at one, and he got excited the first time he saw me. Goes, man, I was wondering what you'd look like, and it did not disappoint. And I was like, I don't know what that means. And so he said that, and then ever since then, every time I come in, he goes, "What's up, Stump?" It's good to see you, bro.
Reminds me of you ever watch How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah,
I love that show. And so there's the scene where Marshall he gets mugged. Yeah, he's
yeah,
got no money, and the pizza guy shows up, and he's like, "I'm not in the mood for pizza. I don't even like pizza, so I'm not
yeah,
gonna help pay for this pizza." And everybody's like, "You one time did this with pizza," and the pizza guy goes, "Our logo is a cartoon of you, Marshall."
yeah.
And then he had to open up about being mugged. But like, if I call Snappies, I'm sure it's still like that to this day because I haven't called, so nobody's probably gone in there and changed it. My name that pops up on the caller ID when you call just says BBMFIC,
What the fuck does that
the
mean?
big bad motherfucker in charge. That way they knew when I
Right.
worked there and I was in charge, I changed it to that, so they knew
Oh
when I
man.
called, they were like, "Oh, it's him."
You should call them. See if they'd be like,
So
hello?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll just give them the same name.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we get a name on that? BBMFIC. I put that. Dad used to tell me that all the time.
That's funny.
I'm the BBMFIC.
That's really
What's
funny.
what's that mean? I'm like fucking 8 years old. Like, yeah, sure.
Damn, I was young to be told that.
Yeah, listen, we're from Massachusetts originally,
Right?
and people out east, they don't have the same manners as people, in the
Yeah.
Midwest. So
Wow.
they're very, very rude,
Well,
and you just kind of gotta accept it.
right.
Like out there, they have what they call the mass merge. When you're driving on 65, you're gonna look. Do
Yeah.
I got enough room? Can I squeeze in here? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, in Massachusetts, if you look, you ain't getting over. You go. You just go. You're either gonna get in or you're not. It's as simple as that.
Right.
Driving out there is a dangerous activity.
Yeah, I went to New York for to get a tattoo by Tony. He covered a whole bunch of tattoos. He did this.
I remember seeing that when you got it done.
And then I went there and I was like, New York is gonna be cool. And then I was like, this is nothing like Friends.
New York City?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Oh
New York
no.
City.
I refuse going to New York City.
Dude, I heard so I had to walk back to the hotel every night and I could hear the rats and they were like talking to like underneath stuff and there was
There's
like homeless people just like sleeping.
there's a lot of things I want to see in New York City.
Yeah,
I am just not willing to go to New York City to do it.
it was I will say this, the pizza there was great.
Oh yeah.
The pizza was
Yeah,
great.
the pizza on the food in general on the East Coast. You should have had Chinese food while you were there.
I did.
Yeah, Chinese food. It's real
It's
Chinese
really
food.
good.
It's not, Chinese food from Seymour. It's real
Yeah,
Chinese
it was
food.
really good.
So, Dad used to tell us the story the first time he went to Chinatown in Boston, I believe it is. He said he didn't realize that to get your bill, you had to stand up.
Oh.
So he was just sitting there, on a date, just sitting, waiting, 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 thinking, man, when's someone going to bring me my bill?
Yeah.
And then he saw people start standing up, and they'd walk over and give him the bill and everything. So he said, finally, after like 45 minutes, we stood up to leave, and someone walked over and gave us a bill.
That's wild.
I was like, nah, I couldn't get used to that.
I couldn't get used to that either. That is wild.
I don't even like the restaurants I got to go up and pay when I'm done.
What do you like? Just paying at
Yeah, yeah. You got a waiter. Bring me my ticket. Here's the money. You know,
Yeah. So
once
what?
I didn't come out to do work.
Yeah.
I don't mind buffets, where I can go get food, but I usually get like 2 plates max.
Right.
After that, it's too many trips. I may as well have stayed home and just walked to the kitchen when I was hungry.
Yeah. Do you prefer fast food or like
No, I don't eat.
restaurants?
I don't eat fast food.
You don't eat fast food at
No,
all?
no. So every great so often, I may go to Dairy Queen, and I'd say twice a year I may go to McDonald's, and it's one of those cases where I'm like, I'm in the mood for a chicken sandwich today. Go to McDonald's, I'll come back here, I'll sit down, take the first bite, and go, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Just terrible food. I swore off of it. I went like 3 years without having any fast food.
Yeah.
Nothing. If it wasn't a sit down restaurant, I didn't go. We went to Michigan on the way back. Me and my wife stopped at this McDonald's on the way. and they just ruined everything. They messed up the food. It took forever. And it was right then and there I went, well, it's not just our McDonald's. It's just McDonald's in general.
Dude, we went to Columbus. Me and her and my buddy Luke and her brother. We all went to Columbus, Ohio for GalaxyCon. It's like a big Comic Con. We
Oh,
went to a
the girl I used to date went to Ohio State, so.
right. Okay, so you get it. So then we went to Columbus, Ohio, and this guy was in there vaping, like a worker. And this woman goes up and goes, "Sir, I didn't get my cup." And he blew his vape at the woman and said, "Ask me if I care." And it was like, oh shit.
That's how I run this place.
Yeah, you blowing your vape in people's faces?
Billy, one time, I get a phone call, and this girl, once again, I'm not a people person. I get along with people great, and people love me for some reason. But I am not the one to be called and talked off a bridge by any
Right.
means. So this girl calls one time and goes, "I want to get my neck tattooed." And for one, I don't like tattooing necks to begin with.
Yeah.
Nobody can sit still for them. It's a hard location. She says, "I want my son's name on my neck." Now, to me, if you're gonna get a neck tattoo, get a neck tattoo.
Yeah.
If
Like the
you
one
get
you got,
if
yeah.
you get a little word there, to me, that looks ghetto and white trashy.
Yeah.
It's a personal thing to me. I'm just like, I don't like it. So I told her that straight up. I was like, I think you look like white trash, but we can do it.
Yeah.
She is not coming to get tattooed. But people don't come here expecting me to be nice by any means
Right.
whatsoever. They know when they come in, they're here to get tattooed. We're gonna have fun doing it.
Yeah.
Just don't fucking ruin my time.
Right. Well, so like, it's your job too to be like, hey, I don't think that's gonna look good.
Yes.
And so it's like, I don't, Brandon, like right here, I don't think that's gonna look cool. Like,
No.
you should have something else too
No, and
with
it
it.
it didn't help that she worked at a gas station already.
Oh yeah, that does
And
not help.
I hate to profile you, but to me, once again, nothing against gas station attendants or nothing, but she works at a low level gas station. She's already looking like white trash.
Right.
You're just gonna add a small little name to your neck to just tack on to that. So when people walk in, they're gonna go, "She belongs working here."
Yeah, it should have been like a great
Yeah, we're
big one.
we're here to make the world prettier.
Yeah.
You know, don't come in with that garbage like it's 1987
Yeah.
and you want to look cool.
Yeah, so like that was my whole thing with like people that I know that got tattoos. It was my thing with getting tattoos too, because I did it too. It was like I'm gonna get a whole bunch of names tattooed on me. That'll look cool. Get some
No,
dates tattooed on me, and it's
yeah.
like, well, if you get it for a person, it's like that person's a lot more than just like
Well,
Becky.
that's like I tell people for some reason everybody wants to go to names and dates.
Yeah,
Memorials, their kids,
yeah,
their parents. Man, those people like something else. And
exactly.
I tell everybody when they come in, I probably talk about 10, 15 people a week out of getting names and dates. Hey, you don't want to do that. It's going to age like garbage. In 5 years, it's going to look like absolute trash. I said,
Yeah,
pick something. Your kid likes something. I don't care if it's something your kid likes right now. So what? Your 5 year
yeah,
old plays with Barbies. Get something fucking Barbie related for all I care.
yeah,
You know, the moment you throw a name and a date on there, though, it's no longer about you having the tattoo. Now that information is for everybody else.
yeah. It's that, and then also though, it's like if it's a memorial, that date, because as soon as you're putting a death
Yeah.
date on there,
Well,
it's like
that's
that person's just that now.
yeah, and I tell people that as well. I'm like, you really want to look down and be reminded of the exact day that you were
Yeah,
this upset all the time
yeah,
for the rest of your life. You're gonna look and go, 2 months, 2 months, and I'll be sad again.
yeah. Yeah. So that was like the whole thing. It's like so I shifted away from that, and I'm glad I did, because now my tattoos they became a lot more fun. Whenever I started looking at it, a lot
When
more like it's a lot less. People are a
when
lot
you
more than
start
just a date.
caring less, so to say.
Yeah,
You know, I'm a very old school guy when it comes to tattooing. Think long, think wrong.
Yeah.
So fuck, go with the first thing that pops in your head. Tattoos used to be about being tattooed. It wasn't
Yeah.
about the meaning. It wasn't about the design. It was about having the tattoo.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I wish we'd go back to those days. I want old ladies to go back to clutching their purse as I walk by.
Yeah.
When I got my hands and my knuckles and stuff done, I looked at my wife and I said, "Man, I feel like a real piece of trash now." She said, "Is that what you want?" I said, "Yes. I want people to look at me and think he's on drugs. He's probably a thief." Now, if you're covered in tattoos,
Yeah.
people just want to approach you and talk to you, and
Dude, people grab her arm.
yeah,
She'll be like shopping at Walmart, and people will grab her arm and be like, "What's that?"
yeah. There's no personal space. I got the palm of my hand done. And I never felt better about it because I was working at the pizza place at that time.
Yeah.
Old lady walked up to the buffet and she goes, "Let me see your hands." And I was like, and she saw the tattoo in the palm, and she goes, "I thought you were just working with dirty hands." I was like, "Nope." Tried to scrub them. I said, "Nothing
Will
come
come
out
off.
though."
She was ready to like bitch at you
Oh,
hard,
she
wasn't
was,
she?
yeah, yeah, she was ready. She wanted free food and everything. I guarantee you.
She was ready for
Yeah,
it.
she was ready to make a complaint to the owner, which happened to be my parents.
That would have been funny if they come up, but Mom, this woman
But
wants to complain.
well, that's the thing is that a lot of people there because I'm sure you've experienced at some point in time in life. You hear someone going, "I know the owner,"
Yeah.
you know. So when people come in there and do stuff like that, be like, "Man, how long have you known Mom and Dad?"
Yeah.
Because I'm 30 years old and I've never seen you before. So clearly you're not that good of friends
You're
with
not
the
that
owners.
close.
Yeah. And then me, I treat people the same way there. I treat everybody the same way.
Yeah.
So if you would call up the pizza place and you would start cussing, you're getting hung up on. That's all
Yeah.
there is to it. As soon as you start cussing, conversation's done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang up on you. You can call back. You better have that fucking right attitude though, because you cuss again, we gonna keep going through this. So people would call up and be like, "I need to speak to the manager," and I'd be like, "Yeah, that's me."
Yeah.
And then they wouldn't be happy with what I was telling you, and then they would turn around and go, "Well, let me speak to someone higher than you. Let me talk to the owner." And I'd go, "Yeah, what can I do for you?" Well, I'm gonna hand you off to mom and dad. What are they gonna ground me? You know,
Yeah.
yell at? I'm gonna get yelled at my entire life by them. You think I want them to yell at me more?
Right.
I'm not handing that phone off to them.
Right. I don't. Yeah. So wait, what's your favorite pizza or
I
favorite order?
I am a bare minimalist person, but when I worked there, I used to put a garlic butter base down, a little bit of barbecue sauce,
Yeah.
a little bit of I don't like a whole lot of cheese, a little bit of cheese, pepperoni, jalapenos, and bacon.
That sounds like a wild pizza.
Oh, it was so tasty. So tasty. I just got done watching Hell's Kitchen, the entirety of it from start to
Yeah.
finish to where they're at now, and I can tell you that that pizza would not have passed at all in Hell's Kitchen. So, but
That sounds rough.
I have the palate of a toddler.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if it doesn't look appetizing, I'm not touching it.
It's gotta
If
pass
it's
the.
certain color, I like red. Red's my favorite color. Clearly, my building's red.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff in here's red. I will not eat red velvet cake though. The color of it weirds me out.
Your red velvet cake's weird.
Is it chocolate? Is it vanilla? I don't know what that
Yeah.
is. But the color of it, for some reason makes it feel like I'm eating blood.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I don't. My wife's favorite flavor of cake, red velvet. No.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's like a rare cake
Yeah,
for people to
never. I
like.
was like, that's disgusting, We'd get it, and I'd be like, yeah, I want some of this cake. And I'd take the
Yeah.
first bite and go, it tastes all right, but the colors weird me out. So we'll set that aside. I'm done eating that.
That's weird. I used to get this. I used to eat like cake pops. and stuff, and it'd be like red velvet, and I would eat it just because like I already took the bite, and I'm fat, so it's like I've already
No,
started. I'm not gonna like
no.
put it
See,
back
once
down.
again, watching Hell's Kitchen, I'm all about wasting food. I'll throw it away. I don't care. I see them do it every dinner service. Just throwing
Yeah,
thousands of dollars of food away. I can handle throwing away, a piece of cake.
I can't, man. I will
I've
stomach
wasted a
it.
lot more money on a lot less things.
Do
As a matter of fact, I have violins hanging up in my booth.
you
I
play violin?
no,
Oh,
no. I'm gonna tell you what had happened one time. Right, is I got really, really stoned. I
yeah,
got really stoned, and I was watching this violin movie, and something in my brain clicked, and I went, I can do that.
yeah.
So I ordered a violin. I forgot I ordered a violin. Like 2 weeks later, I get this box in the mail, and my wife looks at me. She goes, "What'd you get?" I said, "I don't know. We're both about to be surprised." I
Yeah.
opened it up. I was like, apparently, I thought I could play violin. I learned Twinkle Twinkle on it like 8 years ago, and it's been hanging up since then. So now
So you bought two?
I traded one for a tattoo. Well,
Oh.
someone offered me a violin for a tattoo, and I was like, all right, why not? At that time, I was still into the violin.
Yeah.
So I would still love to learn how to play violin. My thing is that my buddy who's really good at guitar, when I was trying to teach myself the violin, said, "Oh, violin is like one of the hardest instruments to learn. It doesn't have the
Yeah.
frets on it like a guitar or nothing. It's all
Yeah.
memory." And I was like, "Great, way to destroy my confidence right away." So I just won't play violin,
Yeah.
but they look cool hanging on the wall. So
They make you look classy.
yes, they do.
They
I
make
mean,
you.
I listen to a lot of violin,
It's a nice instrument. Like if you
but
can learn how to do it, it's a nice instrument.
you have no idea how many times a week I have to explain that story to people. Oh, you play violin? No, I don't. So,
Should bust it out one day. And be like, yeah, I can play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
nah, that's the thing is I don't remember how to play it now. I learned how to play it to show it to my wife's grandma.
Yeah.
So, on the other hand, it it's white. I bought a white violin of all things.
Why'd you buy a white
I
one?
thought that was like the classiest move ever. I was like, man,
I
everybody plays these brown wooden violins. Let me get white.
think they play those for like special,
So,
like weddings and stuff. I think you bought a wedding
and
violin.
then like a year after I bought the violin, when I was done messing with it, I almost bought an electric violin.
They make electric ones.
Yes, they do. And I'm glad I didn't follow through with that because then I would have just wasted a lot more money buying an amp and,
Yeah.
everything that went to it. So, for something that I can't play, I also got a set of bagpipes.
You play the
No,
bagpipes. I don't know who thought the bagpipes were a good idea. No one ever says like, "I'm so glad they're playing the bagpipes today."
I like the bagpipes
Do you?
to an extent. I don't want to listen to 10 minutes of bagpiping. Like corn. I like the
Corn.
intros.
Yeah.
I don't mind some of the traditional bagpipe music. Uh, I've got some Irish in me. I just took a DNA test. I just got my results back.
I.
Yeah, so you know that I'm black.
Yeah.
I'm 1% black.
I saw that.
And it changed my whole life. I feel like I can't get pulled over anymore.
Yeah.
They're gonna know. I don't know if the police department gets notified like that.
Right.
Hey, there's a new black guy in your town.
I
I don't know. So
took it and like I got Jewish. I got like one
I can
percent
see that.
Jewish. Yeah, I got 1% Jewish, and then I didn't look. So if you don't look at it for like a while, it'll go up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was 1% Jewish, and then it went up to 3, and I didn't look
You
at it.
must have done something.
I know I did some good financial
Yeah,
decisions.
I was curious to say you saved some money somewhere, and they saw it and they were like, this guy's he's
Yeah,
more Jewish, But that's the thing, I feel like a lot of people think Jewish people is just a religion.
yeah, it's more than just that. It's like an
Yeah,
actual.
it's an actual people,
Yeah,
so a race, so to
yeah,
say.
yeah. I mean, like Israel. That's a whole bunch of Jewish people.
Yeah,
I guess I don't. So I'm bad with like geography and all that.
Yeah, me too.
So I don't I don't know any of that crap. But I do know like the Jewish people. It's like an actual people. It's not just a religion.
Yeah, I knew that the Jewish people were actually, a people and not just like I can't just go and start going to Jewish church.
What is that temple?
Yeah, I guess.
I think
I
it's a
can't just
temple.
start going and be like, yeah, I'm Jewish now.
Right. No, you gotta like
Catholic church, I can just show up to Catholic church one time and be like, I'm Catholic now.
right like yeah
I went to the Christian church this morning, so I'm pretty Christian now.
right.
No, no, the Jews are a little bit.
You gotta take like a test.
Yeah, I know. Orange on the new black. Orange is the new black. Where they wanted to
Yeah.
become Jewish. I saw that work, and I was like, yeah, I'm never becoming Jewish. That's too much.
Damn.
Whole lifestyle.
Oh shit.
Whole different lifestyle. So
It was like that, and then I saw you got your what is that 23&Me? Did you take that?
ancestry.
Ancestry. Okay. So I
Yeah.
took a 23&Me, and so my thing was saying like it basically said I was white. Like it should have just sent
I
back white.
I have a buddy, and his last name is Martinez, and we always clearly he doesn't look Hispanic. Just
Right.
his name is Hispanic, and we always talk about him being Mexican.
Yeah.
And he did, I believe, 23 and he said, man, the whole list was just telling me how white I was, and then at the very end, I was like, well, we knew you were Mexican, so
Yeah.
you know. And he was upset about it. He was like, I didn't want to be Hispanic. I've been telling people that I'm not Hispanic my whole life. It was like, well, we've been calling you Mexican since we knew you, so
Yeah.
this thing could have said you're 100% from Europe, and we'd have been like, man, I didn't know they grew Mexicans in Europe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, but so I took that, but so yeah, it should change over time. So you might be more black than you think.
so mine literally just shows the regions I'm from, but I'm not
Yeah.
gonna pay for a subscription either. So
No, don't pay for that. But
yeah,
like it might. So like I said, my thing it just kept on the changes. It fluctuates.
well, I hope I become more black over time then, and not more. I mean, I'm basically European.
Yeah.
It was like 60% European.
Yeah.
And then the next percentages, the highest ones were Irish and Scottish, basically.
That's like the highest one for everybody was like
Well,
Irish and English.
I
Those are like
knew
the
that
two
we were gonna have
highest.
English because Bishop is clearly an English name.
Yeah.
My mom's maiden name is Curtis,
Right.
clearly an English name.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, we're gonna have English. But then I got to look at Dad's mom. Her last name was Leone.
Oh.
If that doesn't sound Italian, I don't know what does. So
Right.
Italian's definitely in there, in
Yeah.
that mixture. So, and then I think it was mom's side probably had the Scottish Italian.
Yeah. So it was just like, whoa. Yeah.
I learned so much, doing this because I really didn't know my dad's parents' name at all.
Right.
I'm getting ready to be 36 years old, and I just found out my dad's name is the same as mine.
Right. Richard.
Yeah, his name is Richard Bishop.
Did
That's
he?
three that I've known of. My uncle's name was Richard Bishop.
Did they do that on purpose?
What? My dad doesn't get a. He never got. I never met his dad.
Right.
Never even. Once again, I was 35 years old when I learned what his name was. That
Yeah.
tells you how, not in
Yeah.
tune with him they
But
are.
they weren't good together, but he named you
So
after him.
I assume my uncle was named after him, and then I was named after my uncle.
Yeah. Oh,
So
well that yeah, okay.
it weirds me out though because my uncle's dead. So if I go to the graveyard right now, I can look at a gravestone that says Richard Bishop. Not only that, it's a veteran gravestone that says U.S. Army on it.
That would be a little bit silly.
So every so often I bring someone by, then I'm like, yeah, that's just where I sleep at.
That's the future.
Yeah, I can see what I'm gonna look like in a year or two maybe.
Good God.
So, it's nice.
That is
Weird,
wild.
weirds me out though. So,
Yeah, I would. Yeah, if I had beef with my dad or something, I wouldn't.
yeah, I don't understand. After learning his name,
So wait, your grandpa's name is Richard, and then his brother's name.
no, so yeah, my uncle's name was Richard, and they
Yeah.
they had the same. No, they didn't have the same middle name. Dad's got the same middle name as his dad.
Okay. So like no. So what I meant is like, so like your brother. So like your dad, and then his dad, your grandpa, and his brother. So you're like your great uncle. They both were named Richard.
No, no, my
You see what I'm
so
saying?
my dad's dad was named as Richard.
Yeah.
His oldest son
Okay, I got you.
was named Richard.
I got
My
you.
dad's brother was named Richard,
Okay.
and then I came along.
Okay, I
And
got you.
apparently, back then they were just like, yeah, we really don't want to think of a name. Let's just use one we already got.
There's only so many names.
Yeah. So,
Okay, because
you
I was
know,
like, I just thought it was wild that
I'm just
I was just like,
the
wait.
thing is I feel like Richard is one of those names that's a dying breed. You don't hear of people naming their kid Richard anymore.
Yeah, because they think of Dick.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people call me Dick.
Yeah.
Dad calls me Dick.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly it didn't start out as just a nickname. It started out because I'm a fucking Dick.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like that's anything better. My sister she's had her fourth kid. She's got some weird fucking names in there.
Does she?
Weird names. All of her kids have like 17 middle names. I
Oh.
don't get it. It's too many names. Like we had our second kid a year ago, and we gave him two middle names strictly because that was going to be our last kid. So we wanted to name him after a couple of people. Whereas the first kid we didn't name after anybody.
Yeah.
We didn't like him. So
He was the trial.
yeah. Well, that's what they say. The first kid is the one that your parents have, and they look at you and go, maybe we'll try again.
Yeah.
And then the second one is the one where they go, yeah, let's not do that again.
They just say that or like we did it.
Yeah.
We did it.
But
That's funny.
I have a brother and a sister, so clearly my parents looked and went, all right, the second one isn't it either. Then they had the third one and went, we just need to give up because clearly we're not good at this.
You the oldest?
Yes. Yes, it's fantastic. Yeah, but I got to explain it to my kid all the time because now he has a younger brother. My oldest is 5. My youngest just turned 1, and he's crawling and everything. And my oldest, all the time, he acts like a teenager. I don't want to mess with my stuff. I don't want him playing with my toys. And
Yeah.
I'm like, man, that's how I felt growing up.
Yeah.
I was like, Daddy's got a little brother, and now my brother is like 6'2", like
Right.
250 pounds, towers over me. He's got blonde hair. We don't look related at all.
Right.
So when I look at my 5-year-old, I'm like, oh, Uncle Timmy is my little
Yeah.
brother. He looks at me like I'm lying to him.
That's wild.
Like I don't believe that in the slightest bit. But then again, my brother,
Yeah.
he's the one that doesn't fit in the family. He's like 6'2", blonde hair. Everybody else looks like me. We're all
Yeah.
5'6" and below, brown hair.
He's the mailman's baby.
Well, see, that's what we used to call him all the time because our mailman in Massachusetts used to be like 6'6"
Yeah.
with blonde hair. And if you average his height out with mom's height, you get that nice meet in the middle where he's at.
Yeah.
So even still to this day, he's 32 years old. I'll still look at him and go, man, you're adopted.
Yeah.
You don't belong in this family. So it's never ending that way, though.
Right.
Joke started 32 years ago. We're not going to stop it now.
Right. Who tattooed your neck also?
Um, man, who did my neck?
Was it Nick?
It was a guy down in Nashville
Okay.
at man, I got bad memory. So I have MS.
Right.
My memory is just
No, I get it.
Adam the Kid.
Adam the Kid?
Adam the Kid is what his, you know, name was on Instagram and things like that.
Right.
So it was Adam from man, what was that shop? It's a big name shop down there in Nashville. It's been on Ink Master and everything.
I can't remember. No, so I just saw it, and then I know that Nick Hido in Columbus, he tattooed, I think it was like Shane, I don't remember his last name. He tattooed Shane's neck or his throat, and he tattooed basic like a traditional, neo-traditional, I can't remember what it was.
Nice.
And so I was just wondering if it was him,
I might have to go see it. I gotta get the other side done. So
right?
I got mom on this side.
I remember you did that because you said I hope that this
Well,
scores some points.
mom didn't want me to get my neck tattooed. She always said, "Oh, just don't tattoo your hands, face, neck." You
Yeah,
know, and I already tattooed my hands all the way down to my first knuckles.
yeah,
And I had decided to get my neck tattooed, and I was like, I'm gonna put mom on there so she can't be upset about it.
yeah. It's hard to be mad about that.
Yeah. So when I came home, I was like, yeah, I got my new tattoo, and she was real disappointed. And I pulled my shirt down and I said, Mom,
Yeah,
she can't be upset now.
she can be. That's a hard thing to be mad about.
Yeah, I think she's grown to like it though. But then again, you know, my parents have always been super supportive. If I wanted to
Right.
put a giant dick on my face, my parents would be like, "Don't do that. That's a stupid idea." But if I did it anyway, they'd be like, "Whatever, you did it.
Yeah,
It's done and over with. It's
yeah.
nothing we can do now."
I got a mom tattoo. I put a grilled cheese, and it says like "mom" and the cheese. And my mom didn't read it at first. She just like that. She's like, "That's a stupid tattoo, and I hate it." And then she was like, "Does that say mom?" I said, "Yeah." And she goes,
Totally different
"Yeah." She's like,
story.
"I actually love this
Yeah, this is my favorite tattoo you have now.
tattoo."
So,
Yes, that was literally what she did. She was like, "I hate that tattoo. That was stupid." And she read it. She's like, "I love
do
it."
do you have a favorite tattoo?
Do I have a favorite? It
I mean, you
changes.
could say the sleeve. That's one. I mean,
Yeah, I mean
That's one tattoo.
I mean like it changes all the time, you know. Uh
I mean, you've been putting some real pain. I've seen the post of you getting tattooed.
yeah, I hate it. I hate getting tattooed so
I
badly.
tell people all the time. They come in and they're like, "Ah, oh, it's tattoo time. I love this." I'm like, man, I hate getting
I hate
tattooed.
it.
Getting tattooed is one of my least favorite things to do in this world. It's just I don't have the brain power to go. Don't do that anymore.
It's the booking it is fun. The paying for it's not so fun. The booking it's fun
It's
because it's like I'm gonna do this,
yeah,
and then you
it's
go to do it.
well, that's the thing, you know. And I tell people like, even when I was getting my neck done, it didn't hurt that bad. You know, my neck was probably one of my easiest tattoos I've gotten. But the whole time, as the tattooist, I'm feeling him jump around to certain areas, going, "All right, I know he's on this color. I know he's here. You
Yeah,
know." And I'm like, "This sucks because I know how much time I still have left." Once it's done, you're looking at the tattoo, going, "That was a really good idea. I'm glad I did
yeah,
that." The during process, like I'm laying on his bed, you know, I'm sitting still. I thought I was sitting still until we went to go take a break, and I realized that I was hanging like halfway off his bed. I had scooted like 6 inches this way,
yeah,
you know, and I didn't realize that until we went to go take a break. I was
right.
like, damn, I thought I was sitting really good for this.
Yeah, that's. I'm always worried that I'm like bouncing around,
Yeah,
and they're like, "No, man, you're sitting like you're dead," and I'm like, "Well, I guess that's good."
yeah, yeah. You know, I mean, to me, I really don't care what my tattoos, you know, look like at the end of it. So,
Yeah, so
eh,
it's like,
I mean, at this point in time, you're kind of at the same point in time I am. It's just covering skin, you know. Oh, I've got a space. I can put this in here.
my favorite. I got my most recent one. I had Nick Hido. He tattooed Darth Nihilus from Star Wars on me. It was like a giant, full like thigh tattoo,
So
and
it was sexy.
yeah, I'm able to take some pretty sexy pictures now.
You're good on the beach then, right?
Yeah.
I
So
hope
then
you got
there,
the flow right, you know, with the hip
yeah.
and
So there was like that one. I like that one a lot. I got a big Saul tattoo on this one, so I'm matching, so I do look good at the beach.
see, I hate I hate when women come in, and they want something sexy like that. The under boob. We'll just
Yeah,
use that under boob, and they want to throw out all sorts of meaning that it has to them. It's like,
yeah.
no, you're not getting an under boob tattoo because your grandma took care of you growing up.
That's a weird one.
Yeah, you're getting an under boob tattoo because you want to look good naked.
Right, that's a weird tattoo to get. Like, this one's for grandma.
Yeah, yeah,
Put that on
we
your arm.
done some fucking weird stuff. So weird stuff that people have gotten for people, but I don't know people's lives, so
Right,
I'm not here to judge why you're getting the tattoo or what you're
right.
getting tattooed. I'm just here to do the tattoo.
You made a comment on whenever I was getting both my feet done. You made a comment on the post going, "You're dumb." That was all you said was, "You're dumb." I would just
And
laugh so
when
hard.
people ask me all the time, they're like, "You got your feet done?" I'm like, "No, I'll get my feet done when my ankles to my jawline is filled. That's when I will get my feet done."
You said, "You're dumb."
I I have done a lot of dumb things in my life, but I'm not stupid.
Yeah. Dude,
So
everyone there, whenever I did that, was like, one guy walked by and he was like recording. Like, he had like,
you got it done at a convention, right?
yeah, he was like
Yeah.
walking by. He was like, he goes, "Oh, this boy's dumb." And he like kept going. And then at the end of it, like, people were like watching, like, I was like,
It makes you feel good getting tattooed at a convention though, because there is all of those people,
I
and
know they're excited for you.
I feel like deep down you're sitting a lot more still and you're taking the pain a lot better
Yeah,
because now there's thousands of people watching you instead of two, maybe three people in the
yeah.
studio checking it out.
I know.
When I was getting my knuckles done, I got them done at a convention, and I was sitting good through it, and I was joking, and I got done, and I looked at my wife and I went, "That fucking sucked. I do
Yeah.
not want to get tattooed at the convention again." I watched Matt get tattooed at the same convention. He got tattooed. He got his calf,
Yeah.
the big
Which one was that?
skateboarding.
Yeah.
Mark Longnecker did it, and I was watching Mark tattoo, and I was going, "Man, is that how people feel when I tattoo?" Because it looked just how I tattoo. I was like, "That looks painful."
Yeah.
When you're doing it, you're not thinking about it. You're just like, "Yeah, I'm doing the tattoo."
Yeah.
But watching someone tattoo like that, I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, is that what I'm doing to
That
people?"
looks
I'm
terrible.
sorry, Matt, that you're in this kind of pain
Yeah.
getting your entire calf done in a couple hours.
And then what was it that happened? So we did that, and then basically whenever I stood up, everyone just was like, "Hey, you did it!" And I was like, "I didn't know we were all in this together, guys."
You had a whole crowd.
I did.
There was a live stream going on and everything. You had no idea about.
And so that happened, and then whenever we flew to New York, we did 3 days of this, and then I had 3 days of there.
Three days simultaneously.
Yes, it was terrible.
Yeah. No.
And so I about did it again in August,
No.
but it would have been on the inside, which
No.
would have been far worse.
I got my elbow and my ditch tattooed in the same day,
Oh,
and it took like 3 months for it to heal. That was before all the wraps, and
yeah,
that was taken care of the old school way. It took like 3 months to heal. If I kept my arm bent like this too
that
long,
is
it would
terrible.
just break open everything in the
Yeah,
ditch when I opened it. If I kept it open too long, it would break open the
that
elbow
is
when I bent it.
terrible.
So I won't do that to people.
That's rough.
And they don't understand. I'm like, listen, if we're gonna tattoo the ditch, we're just doing the ditch
Yeah,
today. That's it.
yeah,
You know, we can tattoo your upper arm, lower arm. I don't care. But
yeah.
if we do the ditch or the elbow, that's all we're doing.
It's terrible.
That's it.
So
And I've tattooed myself in places like I went through the webbing of my fingers just to see how it felt.
that is stupid.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's so
Well,
bad.
so Matt did my.
It's Wu Tang, right?
No, it used to be the Boston B. There used to be an actual nice solid line around it.
Yeah.
And I had to tattoo like 20 minutes after that was done.
Oh.
It's terrible. We didn't even think about it. We were just like, yeah, let's tattoo the palm of my hand. I have time.
Yeah.
And then we got done, and I was like, shit, I gotta throw gloves on.
Oh shit.
Awful. I'd say the palm,
What do you do? Put lotion in your glove?
pretty much. I put ointment into it, and which doesn't make it easy to get them on or off.
No, no.
So lesson learned there.
Yeah, so I had Miles. I can't remember what studio he owns now. I can't read it because I can't read that kind of font. But so at a certain point,
That's how all those lettering guys are.
yeah,
You
like a
know?
certain point, it just turns into hieroglyphics to me.
Yeah.
But so he wrapped. I got the bottom of my big toe tattooed, which is terrible too.
Yeah.
And he cut like the thumb off a plastic glove, and he rubber banded it around my toe. And I was like, I'm just gonna keep this on all night because
It's pure. That's pure ingenuity right there.
yeah. So I kept it on all night because I was like, I don't know how to do this, so I guess this is just gonna count for my wrap. About 3 a.m. rolls around, and my foot is just it is hurting so bad, and like take off the wrap off my toe.
Cut the circulation off.
My toe was like so purple. And I was like, ugh, and I felt like all the blood just like go back, just start going back into my foot.
I had something similar. So when I got my forearm done, I sat 6.5 hours getting it done, and he used to spray numbing stuff on there like after the
Yeah.
tattoo was done. So I went out that night. I couldn't feel anything. I rolled my sleeves up, nice
Oh,
dress shirt, and from where it was swollen, it cut the circulation off. I woke up the next morning because I had passed out. I
yeah.
woke up the next morning, could barely move my arm.
That is rough.
Yeah, it was terrible. That was why I didn't use white sheets anymore either. Because I woke up
That had
and
to
my
look
sheets were
terrible.
tie dyed with all this color in
Yeah.
it. I was like, well, we won't have white no more. I had some nice white silk sheets back then. Sexy.
I
Didn't feel sexy the next day though. So
bet they were stuck to it, weren't
yeah,
they?
yeah. I'm so happy that the second skin, Saniderm, all that stuff kind of come
Yeah,
out because
that
that
changes
changes
it.
everything. But now people get lazy with, caring for their tattoos. When you send someone out without it, you put it in an area
Yeah.
where you really can't use it and you're trying to explain how to care for it. It's a guessing game. Are these people going to come back and this tattoo's going to be messed up because they just
Yeah.
didn't pay attention, but because they're used to walking out and not doing anything?
Yeah. He wraps whenever he does this, he wrapped it up, but he had to basically wrap the bottom too. So I had one arm that I flew there. So I looked
It's
weird.
it's terrible taking care of new tattoos on airplanes.
Yeah.
I had to take care of this guy on the plane back to Afghanistan.
Oh.
And they sat me in an aisle seat, so it kept getting hit by the cart heavy
Yeah.
and
Oh.
everything. And I was like, God, this is terrible. But
That
I
sounds
look cool, so.
yeah. That sounds terrible. Yeah,
Yeah.
so they that fluid gets stuck though too in there
Yeah.
because it
Yeah, when it
can't.
starts to dry
Yeah,
and
because so then
yeah.
it's like, but because some of it couldn't get to my skin and dry in like your skin, it was just stuck in like a wrap, like a fold of the wrap. So it just like move, and it felt like what I would assume like sleeping on a waterbed would feel like. I would just feel
I
it.
had a waterbed in middle school. It
Yeah.
was fantastic. Although at the same time it was not cool. It's not cool. When we got rid of it though, I got to stab it.
Yeah.
I just always wanted to see what that, but
Yeah.
it just made a fucking mess everywhere.
Yeah.
The frame to the bed that's there did not contain any of the water. It leaked all over my floor.
Was it just normal water?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
We literally when we brought it in like rolled up,
Yeah.
unrolled it, connected the hose to it,
Yeah.
and filled it up.
What'd you
It's
stab it with? Like a big ass
a
kitchen
knife.
knife?
Yeah, yeah. But I'll tell you, once again, the waterbed was cool, and then it was not cool, because I had it. I was going into high school when I had it, so we'd go out and party.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something: when you come back from partying, the last thing you want is to be on a fucking waterbed. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
the room is spinning and now my bed's moving, so it doesn't help. The last time I always thought a waterbed would be cool.
Yeah,
And once again, when I was not partying, it was cool.
yeah,
When I was not getting some, it was
yeah,
cool. Partying, not cool. Trying to get
yeah.
some on it, also not cool.
Yeah, I saw one on like the Goofy movie, and so then I thought they were like made up because of the Goofy movie. I'm like, this stuff's not real. Look at Goofy's in this.
Great. Probably the same thing with like the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Pizza's not real. Doesn't do that.
Pizza's never that cheesy.
No.
Yeah,
No, that's the thing. I don't know. They live in the sewer. I assume they're in New York.
I would assume that pizza's terrible.
But
Like once it gets down there.
that much
Uh,
cheese on a thin crust pizza. No,
yeah.
it's just ruining the pizza now. So my kid's obsessed with Ninja Turtles right now.
Which Ninja Turtles? The new one with like.
I I think like the 3D looking ones, the newer age. See, I try to get them on the stuff like Scooby Doo,
Yeah.
things like that. I'm like, oh, watch this from 1995
Yeah.
because this is what I grew up with, and a lot of the times he'll like it better. He
Yeah.
doesn't like my Ninja Turtles though.
That's sad. We just met Matthew Lillard.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he was tall.
Is he?
He's really
I
tall.
love him as an actor.
Yeah,
So
he's like 6'3" or something. Wait, Luke was with us, and Luke's like 6'1", and he had probably about good 2-3 inches on Luke.
I like being short. So
And so like in the picture, so she's shorter than me, so she's like 5 foot even, and then so you just see him just towering over her in the picture.
you could have done the what was a singular back in the day, the towers.
We if we would have, I don't know, we probably could have done that. It probably would have been a lot funnier. So yeah, he was my buddy Luke was there. He's like, I'm not used to looking up at people. That was crazy.
I'm used to looking up at people. My kid thinks he's big. He's like 3 foot tall right now, at 5 years old, and he keeps telling me how big he is and how big he's gonna be and how tall he is and everything. And I'm like, listen, man, I'm 5'6". Your mom is 5'3".
Yeah.
You're gonna be short. You may be done growing now at 5 years old.
Yeah.
I don't know. You may be done.
This is it. This
Well,
is the peak.
you don't realize how short he is until like he played t-ball 2 years ago for his first time when he turned like 3. And when he ran out there with the other kids,
Yeah.
that's when me and my wife looked at each other and went, "Oh, he's really short.
Oh
Even for 3, he's really short."
man.
So, you get him he had to wear a costume. They did a Christmas show at the daycare a couple weeks ago, and the church that they're affiliated with had these costumes. And every other kid, they dressed like angels, and every other kid, their costume stopped at like their knees. My
Yeah.
kids went down to almost his ankles.
Oh man.
So, but hey, he thinks he's gonna be big. Let him keep thinking it, I guess.
Maybe he will be. Maybe he'll have that rare thing. He'll be like 7 feet tall.
Well, my brother, he was short until I think the age of 16. I think it was 16 going on 17 that summer. He sprouted up like a foot, just out of nowhere. Just all of a sudden went from a shorter, chunky kid to a tall, skinny kid.
That's weird.
And I was looking at it going, holy shit, that didn't happen to me.
Yeah.
I hit this height in fourth grade, and that's where I've been at since then.
This is my peak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody told me. Even the doctors, when we were taking our kids to the doctors always like, oh, he's in the lower percentile on height. And doc, once again, I'm 5'6". My wife's 5'3". Did you
Yeah.
think we were gonna have a 6.5 foot tall kid? You telling me he's in the lower percentile of height is only telling me, all right, he's mine.
Yeah.
If you said, oh, he's gonna be tall, I would have looked at my wife and been like, what'd you do?
Yeah.
Why you like that?
What happened?
Yeah, this clearly isn't mine.
What happened?
I mean, I know the genes are there somewhere. My brother's got them, so there's tall genes somewhere in the family.
That doesn't make any sense with your brother.
No, well, my uncle's side of the family, all my cousins, they're all decently tall like that for the most part.
Right. It's weird that it
So,
skipped a generation though.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. He got the only tall genes in our immediate family.
Yeah.
Mom, I think she's 5'4" or something like that. Dad, 5'6", 5'7". My sister, 5'1", 5'2".
Right.
You know,
What
brother, 6'2".
well, that's fair. I want to ask this before I forget. So like what is your favorite thing to tattoo? Like what you said that next are your least favorite.
Yeah, are you talking body parts to tattoo or
We'll go with both.
subject?
We'll go with both of them.
I, anything on the legs, I'm pretty happy with.
Okay.
You know, I love tattooing legs because no matter how fat you are, no matter how skinny you are, it's always a fucking hard, flat surface for the most part.
Right.
So, but as far as styling goes, it's a pretty messed up journey that I've gone on because when I first started, I wanted to do color realism.
Right.
Now, if you look back at all my tattoos, you'll never see any
You
sort of
do like
color
you do
realism.
like traditional, don't you?
So I wanted to do color realism starting off, and then when I went to Potsy's, I changed that and geared more towards my drawing style, which is traditional work.
Yeah.
That's just. And then over the last, I say, year or two, black and gray floral.
Right?
So I mean, you get on and look at my page, you're gonna see a lot more black and gray floral than you are
Yeah.
anything. I'm not upset about it. It's fun to do.
Yeah.
I hate to say it's easy to do, but
Yeah.
that's like all I've been doing the last couple of years, so it's fairly easy to do.
Yeah. Whenever I started getting tattooed, it was just black and gray. Remember that? It was just black and gray stuff, and then I changed to
Yeah,
just
so
different styles.
I made the same journey. When I first started, my first tattoo was the praying hand.
Yeah.
Are those praying hands?
Yeah, they're praying
I didn't
hands.
know if those were praying hands or Betty White. So
What?
yeah, I got Betty White on this shoulder. But that was my very first tattoo I drew when I was in like middle school, and when I got it done, I was like black and gray. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want everything to be black and gray. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
One of only two black and gray tattoos I have.
Right.
Everything else was color.
There was a guy in New York whenever I went. He was getting like from down here to up in his armpit.
Yeah, some people don't like themselves.
And he was a super nice guy. He just was like, we started this on Friday and now it's Sunday. And I was like, that looks brutal.
Yeah, that's rough.
The guy was shredded too, so it's like there was like no
Yeah, there's no
loose
give to it.
skin.
Yeah, see, as tattoo artists, and I'm sure every other tattoo artist you know, because I know you know a lot of us, we do not want to tattoo on people that in shape.
Yeah, I've seen that. They talk about it in shows even.
Yeah, yeah, tattooing must, people that live in the gym, it's not your ideal situation. There's too many cracks, crevices, lumps.
Yeah,
So, is it nice to have a harder surface to work on? Yeah, but it doesn't matter if I've only got this much space to work in
yeah,
before I hit another, divot.
yeah. Well, like there's that, and then also like it hurts the person more because like they've got
Yeah,
no give.
yeah. I mean, you've gone and gotten shots from the doctor. You know what it's like sticking a needle all the way into your arm.
Yeah,
I assume that's how muscular people are getting tattooed. At the end of it, the whole muscle's like, oh, we just got a billion different shots, and now
yeah,
I'm gonna be achy.
yeah. I no, I can't do it. I hate the doctor.
I also hate tattooing people that lotion all day,
Really?
every day. Yeah, I want that beat up like farmer skin.
Why?
Hispanic skin is absolutely the best skin to tattoo on.
Why?
It's just the tone of it, so to say. And a lot of the Hispanics around here are sunbeaten.
Right.
So the skin is tough, but it's not overly tough. And when you're doing black and gray work, that darker skin, it's just absolutely phenomenal.
Really?
I love tattooing Hispanic skin. But like my wife, she lotions. She lotions when she wakes up. She lotions before she goes to bed. She probably lotions 5 or 6 other times throughout the day that I don't know about. I hate tattooing on her skin because her skin is so well cared for. It doesn't like taking the beating of a tattoo. So I'm not a fan of tattooing people that
What
really care for their skin all the time.
what happens?
It's just you're gonna run into more of a rough heel. At
Right.
least the way I tattoo, it's gonna heal just fine. You just may have a rough go at it
Yeah.
because once again, your skin's used to being moisturized and babied and real
Yeah.
delicate with it. And I'm going in and pretty much taking
Yeah,
a
you just
fucking hammer and
assaulted it. Yeah.
chiseling. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That makes sense then. Yeah. I def before I did everything, I used to not eat before tattoos
oh,
and everything. Like I just was
just
going
show
at
up
it.
and just raw dog it.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, I'm here to get tattooed. Woke up 20 minutes ago.
Literally.
I
Literally.
always forget to eat. So even when I was going down to get my neck done, I had left from here, and I probably made it to about Clarksville before I was like, "Fuck, I didn't eat nothing. I should really get something to eat. I don't want to pass out in front of another artist.
Yeah, that
It'd
would
be
be embarrassing.
embarrassing." So, you know, but tattoo artists no different. Doctors make the worst patients.
Yeah.
Tattoo artists make the worst clients.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it,
I get that.
yeah, it's just one of those things, It's always nice to tattoo on another tattooer, but
Right.
at the same time, those are the people that want to move around the most, and they're
Yeah.
comfortable with the chair and being in the chair and everything. So
Yeah.
I want someone who's scared of what I'm doing.
Yeah, they're not scared to also ask you questions. Be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, yeah, and then all of a sudden you got to sit there and go, "Fuck, I'm gonna answer this, and I hope it's right." But tattooing, it's all done differently. It's all done the same, but it's all done differently. So
Yeah. Well, maybe one time I'll come in here and I'll see you like with doing it
yeah,
like the old Japanese way, like with a
see, that it's a dying breed around here because I still use coil machines.
yeah.
I'm probably the only people around here that still does that. I make fun of
What was
Jasmine.
it?
I make fun of Billy when their machines are going. I'll come in to go start, and I'm like, all right, real tattoo machine's getting ready to start. Guys, hold on.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, whenever I started going to get tattooed by Matt, it's like, oh, this is what it sounds like. 'Cause it sounds like an angry bee.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
sounds like,
and that's what I like.
and I fucking hate it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've been tattooing with coils for since tattooing was tattooing.
Right.
So
What was
why
it?
change it now?
Olivia said there's like one girl out of I think it's called Thistle and Thorn
Oh
or
yeah,
something like that in
yeah,
Seymour.
up at the Pink Castle.
Yeah, Mary's studio that one of them use a coil. She's like, she uses a coil, everyone else doesn't. She's like, I don't know why she hasn't seen the light side yet.
Now I tell people all the time, needles on bars and stuff, because I came up in tattooing where coil machines were the thing, rotary machines were coming into it, but I was never taught to actually solder my own needles and stuff.
Right.
So I tell people all the time, I'm like, man, the moment they stop making needles on bars, that's the day I retire. I'm not going to a pen. I have
Right.
a rotary that I use, to do certain things with, but I want that buzzing.
I hate that buzzing.
I love that buzzing. I want people to hear the pain they're about to be in.
I hate it.
So, once again,
There's that, and then there's that smell of like I can think it's like
the green soap.
it's not the green soap. It's I can't remember what the hell it is. It's like the Vaseline stuff.
Oh yeah.
I remember the smell of that. Every time I smell that, I'm like, this is gonna
See,
suck.
I used to love the smell of the green soap. Like when I tattooed at the house, I used to put it in a spray bottle and spray it on the curtains and shit like
Yeah.
that. I was like, man, I want this whole place to smell like that. That's what gives the tattoo shop its smell. So, but I'm a very, very old school,
there
tattoo guy. So
was like,
I definitely started
uh,
tattooing in the wrong decade.
yeah, there was like, anytime I smelled that and I would hear that machine, I'd be like, I made a mistake. Because then that's whenever it really hits. Is like, oh, this is getting ready to happen.
There's when people come in for their first tattoos, and Billy be over there working. He works in the booth with me.
Yeah.
He uses a pen. You can't hear it.
No.
And they're like, "Is he over there working?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's working."
Yeah.
And then I'll give the warning that real tattooing is about to start.
That
And they hear my machine, they're like, "Why is this so loud?" Because I got a real tattoo machine. Duh.
stuff.
So I just can't get into the. I'm sure using a pen is so much better. The science behind it is so much
Right.
better. It's putting ink in the skin so much better. I'd rather just beat the shit out of people and send them on their way. You
Oh
gotta earn
man.
your tattoo.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I get that. Yeah, I mean, you definitely earn it.
Like, I hope that Indiana follows suit with Michigan. Michigan just made numbing illegal for tattoos. The shops, you can't even bring Bactine into the shops.
Why?
Didn't
Why?
read into it, didn't care. But you know what? People in Michigan are a lot more hardcore now
Yeah.
because you've got to earn it. I hate when people come in here for their first tattoo. Is it all right if I put numbing stuff on? You have no idea what this feels like. You have absolutely no idea if this is going to actually be painful for you, but you want to numb it.
I have only numbed. I think I numbed one, and then the rest of them I felt them, and then you gotta surrender to it, and that's the
Yeah, well,
problem.
and that's what I tell people, is after like an hour and a half, 2 hours, your tattoo goes numb. You really can't feel really what's going on. But about hour 3 to 4, that pain just kicks back in and
Right.
intensifies. It's worse than what it was when you first started.
Yeah.
So,
It's like, and then the
yeah.
whites at the end are terrible.
Always got to give people the warning for white.
Yeah.
Does white really hurt more? No, white feels the same as every other color we just used. But it's the last thing.
Yeah.
So you're gonna feel it more because everything is irritated.
It's terrible.
So everything with me hurts though. I'm not. I'm not here. I'm not here giving massages to people.
Right. It's a tattoo.
Yeah, yeah. It took me a long time to get used to making myself comfortable with tattoo. I used to spend a lot of time trying to make the client comfortable,
Right.
and how they were laying and sitting, and then finally one day I was like, I don't give a shit how comfortable you are. I can reach you this way, and we're gonna do it this way.
Right.
So, and I've always, you can ask Matt. I've always told him there was a time back I had this client come in when we both worked at Popsy's, and this kid wanted a leg band. He wanted like this Aztec Indian style leg band. And I looked at Matt and I said, I'm gonna draw this arrowhead up. I said, I'm gonna sell him this arrowhead. I'm not doing a fucking leg band
Yeah.
today. And Matt goes, there's no way. There's no way you can do that. They were
Right.
two polar opposite tattoos.
Yeah.
We went back to start tattooing. I put the stencil on his leg, and I looked at Matt and I said, "Hey, check out this stencil."
I think I
And
was there. I think that
it
sounds really
was
familiar.
it was the arrowhead that I drew up. And when I got done, he looked at me and goes, "How did you talk him into getting that?" I said, "Listen, Matt." I said, "You're still new to this. You've only been tattooing for like a year at this point in time."
Yeah.
I said, "If you talk like you know what you're talking about, people are going to listen."
Yeah.
I said, "That's all it takes." I said, "People are going to listen.
Yeah.
You are the tattoo artist, not them. If you speak in a way that gets the point across, people will listen."
Yeah.
And I hope that he's taken that along his road, because I don't talk to Matt very often.
I think he
But,
has. It's been a minute.
I hope he's taken that lesson and ran with it, because that's what I do in here. And I hate watching new tattooers just get walked all over by their clients. Now we need to do this, we need to do this.
Right.
No, listen, this is not a business where the customer is always right.
Right.
You are going to live with this for the rest of your life. If you don't know how it's going to age, you don't know how it's going to go in the skin, you don't know nothing, then keep your fucking opinion out of it.
Right.
You can tell me what you want, and I will design it accordingly to what I think is going to give us 30, 40, 50 years out of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you walking around in 2 years and go, what's that?
Yeah.
I just don't. I hate
Yeah.
that.
I do get that.
So, the aging process. I'm all about the aging process, and that's what drew me into traditional work. Was that in 50 years, your snake may look like absolute garbage, but you know what? You're going to be able to look at it and go, that's a snake.
Right.
So, shut that off. So my phone sounds like 20 hours of the day.
Someone's trying to get a hold of
You
you.
see why I hate people.
Well,
I just made a post a week ago saying, hey, I'll be back in the shop on the 6th. I'll answer messages when I get back.
yeah.
Still, people going to message me. And they're going to message me tomorrow going, hey, did you get my message?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got your message, and I will respond on the 6th when I get back.
Yeah.
I have a very firm separation between personal and business.
Yeah, and that's good.
When I leave here, I don't discuss tattoos. I don't do tattoo business. Tattooing does not exist when I walk out of this building.
Right. I was surprised. I'm surprised now hearing that, like, you agreed to do this
Yeah.
during your vacation.
Well, vacation is perfect now. I'm not doing anything.
Well,
I'm gonna go home and get stoned.
yeah, that's
That's
fair.
it. So that's pretty much what I do on my vacation. Is I just wake and bake every day and
Yeah,
enjoy life.
that's fair.
Unless I have the kids, then
Yeah.
puts a little hindrance on things.
Yeah.
Then I take care of the kids like any good parent would do,
Yeah.
and wait till bedtime to get messed up.
Yeah.
I was excited. I got a grounding sheet like 4 or 5 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to simulate, walking barefoot outside,
Yeah.
grounding. Feel no difference. Now I got a whole sheet for my bed, a queen size grounding sheet for my bed. Feels no, it plugs into the fucking wall, plugs into the sheet, nothing. I could be broken though. I mean, I
Well,
got bad nerves, so it could just be me not feeling things.
right. I do get that.
So,
How would people go about booking with you?
the best way is in person.
Right?
Absolute best way is in person, because my regulars will tell you if you message me, even on my business page, like Google, I haven't even looked at Google in probably 3.5, 4 years now.
Good God.
Yeah, I'm sure I got all sorts of messages on there. You can message my Facebook, my actual business page. I do not respond to tattoo questions on my personal page. Once again, separation
Yeah.
between personal and business.
What's your
So,
what's your tattoo page?
Rising Sun Tattoo Studio, Richard Bishop. So, you message that. If you do not get a response, it's because I am not here.
Right?
I will respond to you when I walk into this building the next morning or whenever I'm going to be in here. Or, I may just be busy. Clearly, I don't stop tattooing just to,
Yeah.
answer messages all the time. I'd never get anything done.
What days of the week?
I am here on Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday.
Not Thursday?
No. I essentially take football days off. Sunday, Monday, Thursday, NFL days.
That's fair.
And really, what it was at Popsy's, at the very first place I worked, we were closed on Sunday and Monday. So I started getting my hair cut. I get my hair cut every other Monday.
Right.
So I always just took Mondays off. Sundays, I just refuse to work at Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday is God's day. Even though I don't go to church, it's God's day.
Yeah.
So it's my day as well. I don't do nothing on Sundays besides golf. So Mondays I took off for my hair because I didn't want to have to go and get my hair cut and then actually come in and work.
Yeah.
And then Thursdays, I don't know how I ended up with Thursday. I think it was last year I changed it to Sunday, Monday, Thursday being off because I had Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off. And every week felt like a mini vacation. So come Wednesday, when it was time to come back in, I didn't want to come in and work.
Right.
I was like, man, I just sat on my ass and did nothing for the last 3 days. I don't want to go back in. So then I have to drag in here, and so now I had 2 days day off, 2 days,
That's fair.
and then 2 days off.
That's fair.
So it's convenient. I didn't do it for football, but I watch football, so it works out really nice.
Right. Well, oh yeah. All right. Thanks, man. Thanks, brother.